Yep, okay, looks like everything's working. So guys, welcome to the most impromptu stream that you've ever seen. Ferrari 430 is in a little bit of trouble on mid, but looks like he's just going to be able to escape. G continues to give chase, turns around, gets stunned up. They get the living armor going on Ferrari as well, so it looks like he's going to be okay. Again, guys, this is completely impromptu. This is the Dota 2 Super League. Beyond the Summit have vanished. I asked gods on Twitter if it was okay if I put up a stream quickly off the ticket, so I have no idea what's going on. I was watching the draft a little bit earlier, but yeah, it looks like BTS are running around with their hair on fire. I'm not trying to capitalize. People seem to want an English stream, and I figure, well, it's such a big game, there really should be some English coverage, so that's kind of what I'm here doing right now. So hopefully everything will be okay. Hopefully I won't have too much frame drop, guys, and hopefully there won't be too many blunders as we move through. Again, hopefully you guys will appreciate the fact that, yeah, it's exam period for me. I really should be studying, but I wanted to watch this game. And I actually much prefer commentating a game to, I guess, watching other people cast. I was looking forward to settling back and watching BTS commentate, but I guess I saw a need, so I'm here trying to fill it. Ferrari 430 in trouble on mid, and looks like he's just going to be bursted down. A couple more right clicks going to do it. Is the living armor up? Still waiting a few more seconds. Ferrari 430 continues to bottle, but he's going to survive miraculously one more time. Tron's going to come in from the side. Has a quick look at Arn, who I believe is 1437. Again, guys, I'm jumping into this game late. I didn't get to check out the draft, so yeah, not great. So the stream is off the ticket, guys, so it's delayed by 2 minutes naturally. I don't know how that's syncing up with other people's stream delays. If people want to give me confirmation as to where I stand compared to the other streams, I can adjust things in between games to make sure that we're all lined up. And another attempt on Ferrari's life on mid, but looks like that's going to be unsuccessful. So right now, LGD running a fairly standard lineup for this day's kind of meta. Brax is actually on the off lane on Winner, which isn't something super standard these days, but with the jungle enchantress, they can actually sort of take advantage of the fact that it's only really a duo lane up there. Chuan looks like he hasn't been too active so far. Has almost reached level 8, almost reached level 6, almost 8 minutes in. YYF completely out of mana on bot, and in comes Arn. They get the Mana Void going. That's a big chunk of health from YYF, and he will be bursted down. That is a third kill on the board for LGD.int as IG coming for a bit of a dive behind this tower. Support coming in, however, Misery ready to go. More TPs. IG a little bit caught out. Fisher not really blocking anyone. Nice troll trap. Buys him some space. Ferrari 430 considers coming in from the side. And looks like the troll will just be cleaned up. G still blinking forward. But looks like that's going to be it. And even Pycat rotating up for that gank as well. So yeah, a little bit weird to see the carry anti-mage moving away from the lane. It is actually Treads as a fairly early pickup for him. He is reasonably pressured by the Clockwork in a 1v1 situation, so not a huge surprise there. But seeing an anti-mage being as active as he is a little bit, frankly, out of character for the hero. So maybe we'll see Pycat go back and do a little bit more farming. Meanwhile, Arn is going to take the opportunity to pick up some farm of his own. If anyone's interested in the overall graphs, we have a 1k experience lead and about a 1.3k gold lead in favor of the LGD.int side right now. IG with a very weird kind of lineup. It looked like a push strat at the start, and then they threw this Treant in as the last choice, and now IG smoked up, rotating around, looking towards Misery. Brax here as well. Two more moving in from the tower, so the pincer maneuver comes in and Brax walks up. Can they get this gank going? Ferrari's going to jump out. He's got the dragon form, but no, looks like all they're going to be able to grab is the tower here. Fortification ready, but I don't know if LGD.int have TPs. Looks like Visage does. Fortification will pop, but IG, I think, here to stay. Poison Breath's going to tick away, and looks like Arn will make his way up, but I think it's going to be too little too late. Fisher block for a little bit. In comes the call down. Zoe's going to chase out Brax, very low on mana. But back to the safety of the rest of his team, and looks like it's going to be it. Just the tower taken there by IG. So, okay, it looks like frame drop is okay. Everything's more or less stable. Microphone seems more or less right. So, again, guys, I have no idea what happened with BTS. I'm just doing my best to fill in and make sure that there is English coverage for this game, because it should be a doozy of a matchup between these two teams, and I think everybody's has been wanting to see more of IG ever since the G1 League. So that's sort of why I'm here. Again, I haven't watched as much Dota as I would like over the last week. Ferrari 430 in some trouble on mid, but one more time manages to slink away, the living armor coming in again just to top him off. So LGD, they continue to drive him away from mid. They prevented him from getting too much farm, applying too much pressure to this tier 1, which is still standing reasonably healthily. We're going to have Brax rotating in as well, so LGD grouping up as 4, still leaving Pycat to just farm away on bot. It's not going to be an amazingly fast battlefield, but he's making pretty good pace right now, especially given that he did have that TP excursion up towards top and then walked and blinked his way back towards the bottom lane. So as far as item progression is concerned, it looks like it's just going to be fairly early game oriented for him. Probably going to be finishing up a drum with the bracer. Obviously the drum, oh okay, no, so it's just straight towards the BKB rush, picks up the Ogre Club. LGD meanwhile smoking up, looking for the pickoff. Mid lane really a battleground right now, as you can see. We've got warding pretty extensively from both sides, and will LGD finally be able to find this kill that they've been wanting on Ferrari? He is still spotless so far. And LGD, I think, make the mistake of not actually leaving anyone to farm in the lane, so Ferrari may be getting a little bit suspicious of what's going on, and yeah, he's gonna back out. IG bringing more towards mid. Looks like they're gonna group up and go for one more push, try and force the anti-mage's attention back to these fights, where he doesn't really want to fight at this early stage of the game. So we get some Fisher spam, we get the Windrunner spam. Ready to try and defend. No fortification available, however, and the DK poison already ticking down. Looks like LGD not willing to commit to this one at all, but the familiars fly in and get the 9. Nicely played there. YYF walks in from the side, but in the end looks like IG just going to be happy to not really go for the team fight. Just continue to try and pressure down some towers. Ferrari grabs himself an illusion rune, and Pycat makes his way back towards jungle. He's on full HP. I'm surprised that he doesn't have a Quelling Blade just yet. He doesn't necessarily have the inventory space, but he's going to need the QP once he finishes up the Battle Fury just to make his way through the jungle that much faster. So hopefully we'll be seeing that sooner rather than later. Zoe in trouble on mid. It's the ganking Anti-Mage making his return, and he's going to pick up the kill. No, actually going to the Visage. Faith, did he map click the living armor? Looks like he might have. It was actually on the tower there, or perhaps he just set that one up a little bit earlier. So it looks like maybe a bit of a mini-map misclick from Faith is going to actually be the death of the gyrocopter there. So LGD.int, one more kill on the board. They're still holding on to both the gold and the experience advantage at the moment. IG will get a bit of a trade. They're going to take the tier 1 on bot. TP is now heading towards mid. We've got Ferrari making his way top to try and stop the push, but LGD, they've got TPs of their own. G ducking into the side shop. Already one Oblivion Staff picked up. And what else have we got going on? Checking in on the overall item progression. Pycat, how is that Battle Fury coming? Again, still pretty much one component away. Zoe with the death. A little bit further away from his BKB than he might like. Ferrari, again, perhaps the target on top. G looking in from the side. Pycat still farming, so LGD doing a good job of playing sort of 4 protect 1. It's not really protecting, they're keeping IG occupied in different ways, and they're going to connect the shackle. The familiar damage is there as well. Down come the stuns, Zoe buying some space for the rest of his team. The Fisher's going to fly up a Misery a long way from home. He's going to go up at the big sonic wave from G. Hits from the tree line. Brack's going to pick up the kill with one more right click. In comes YYF, but they've already lost one, and Chon walks straight in, gets hit by the Echo Slam. The Sprite's not going to be enough to keep him up, and now YYF going to be able to cogs up Brax, but he's still fighting, stands his ground, throws up the power shot. YYF going to try and escape. In comes the living armor, but a nice Fisher block buys a little bit of time. Will 1437 be able to clean it up? Looks like he will. Gets that last soul assumption off, and LGD.int 7-0 in this game. Pick up a bunch of kills on this top lane and should be able to transition it into a push as well. Meanwhile, Pycat, with all the space in the world, is going to be able to put some damage down on this tier 1 on bot. TP support coming in from Ferrari, but we'll see how much he's actually going to be able to do here. Another dive on top. Zoe in trouble. Where's the living armor? It's there, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Not quite. So the Treant not having a huge impact. Misery will get caught out. Nice hookshot from YYF, going to bring him down. No real support. G still just slinking around in the tree line, however, but no one else really around to do too much. That looks like that might be it. He's still just chilling out here. He does have a TP, so looks like that's going to be it there. And again, guys, I am Basekip. I am here out of the woodwork. I'm normally a much more consistent caster, but I've been studying for exams for the last 2 weeks. I saw that this game didn't have any English coverage. I thought I would try and fill the gap. So apologies if the casting is a little bit dicey here and there, guys. I'm just doing my best to make sure that I keep the camera pointed at the action, and hopefully anything I say isn't too abrasive. And hopefully I've got some people coming out of the woodwork in chat to try and do some moderation. I think I saw Ryan there, so hopefully everything is okay. I'm trying not to keep an eye on it, and trying just to stay focused on the match at hand. Pycat does finally have that Battle Fury finished, but still has not purchased a Quelling Blade. It makes the Anti-Mage jungle just that much faster, and there's no reason not to. The increase in speed is completely worth the 125 gold that it costs you once you sell it back. So hopefully Pycat will make an excursion to the side shop and pick that one up at some point. And as I say that, there's the Quelling Blade getting dropped off by the courier. So Pycat fully up to date on his anti-mage strats, as expected. I'm not sure why I'm on last hits denies. It's not really interesting at this point of the game. Going to switch it over to net worth. Paints a bit of a more interesting picture, given that nobody really cares about denies at this point. Zoe still only about 600 gold away from finishing that BKB. G still making some good progress towards his Orchid, and LGD continuing to stay clustered up. Brax 1437 and Misery now rotating their way towards mid, but IG are actually heading into the pit. They're a little ways behind right now, both in terms of gold and experience, and gold actually climbing quickly, almost out of nowhere. And IG with the kind of sneaky rush, will they be able to clean this one up? As far as the Radiant Vision is concerned, they've got no clue what is going on right now, and suspicions might be raised, perhaps. Again, because I'm actually spectating off the ticket and I'm not in-game itself, it means that I can't see the team's drawings on the map, and I can't see their pings. That's information that I would normally have that we don't have in this situation. So again, guys, I'll apologize for the circumstances right now. So Roshan will go down, Zoe picking that one up. That's going to be almost enough gold to finish off his BKB. So IG, they take a bit of a risk. It takes them some time to get into the pit, but they don't even end up really trading anything away. The living armor keeping the tower on top alive. Familiars just backing off. Pycat already up to 1.4k, so farm mode fully engaged for the anti-mage, and I mean, it is going to get scary quickly, and IG with a couple of heroes that don't necessarily have a huge late game impact. The Treant and the Enchantress. I mean, Enchantress doing okay, but Chon has actually opted for a reasonably squishy build here. So we'll see how much late game impact he ends up having. I mean, the Enchantress, just by the nature of the hero, doesn't really scale that amazingly into the late game unless you're kind of building as a semi-carry, which doesn't really seem like the objective right now. We've got Fortification and Living Armor for IG to try and hold on to this tier 1. The rest of the team rotating their way up, and LGD here with 4 YYF. Just getting a little bit of farm for himself on bot. TP scroll in hand, ready to go. Pycat not willing to participate in this team fight on top, so if LGD take it, looks like it might be a 4v5, and just that threat looks like it will be enough to get them to back out. Full vision from this Observer Ward to know exactly what IG are up to at the moment, and LGD, they're pressuring out a little bit again. G very, very close to that Orchid now. Pycat applying some pressure on mid. YYF again trying to stop him at every turn, so he's going to back off. IG with the 3-man smoke, trying to find someone or something, and can they get this pincer going? They're heading up the river. TP's coming into top. IG bringing all 5 to bear, but looks like LGD, suspecting that something is up, they are going to back straight out of this one. And that looks to be the end of that on this top lane. IG coming up empty-handed, and all the while Pycat is still happily farming away. So while it looks like LGD aren't really doing that much by sitting around on top, with only 4 of their heroes, they're keeping 5 of IG's heroes occupied, and that's a trade that they're 100% willing to make, because it means that Anti-Mage is starting to get a little bit out of hand. And meanwhile, Zoe hasn't really progressed his items that much. He has been farming on top, so he hasn't really been running around with his team, but again, can't really compete with the flash farm rate of the Anti-Mage right now. So IG, we'll see. I mean, they've got good ganking heroes and, you know, reasonably good early game, but they just really haven't been able to connect it here in the slightest. And Living Armor is still a pain for LGD to try and push here, but continue to apply pressure. Brax already has that mech finished up. The mech being worked towards by Chon is going to be significantly slower, so teamfight advantage, I think, maybe even in the hands of LGD.int here, despite IG's perhaps slightly more early to mid-game favored lineup. Pycat is working his way straight straight towards his Manta style, and IG, they come looking. Do they have some wards ready to? Yep, so they're going to place down some aggressive wards just to try and keep an eye on what's going on here. Pycat, definitely the target, doesn't have a TP scroll, ducks into the side chop. There's a TP on the ground. Is he going to try and escape here? Maybe just needs to get rid of the stout shield. He's going to get stunned up. Do they have the chain stun here to bring him down? YYF, he's looking for the angle. Does he suspect where he went? Pycat, with a little bit of juking going on. YYF not choosing to throw the flare. Now he's going to find him, but it's a little bit too late. The shackle comes in. Faith now in trouble. They're going to jump straight in and try and blow up the train protector. Echo Slam dropped for that one as well, but they will get the kill. I feel maybe a little bit overzealous from Misery, but a kill is a kill, and LGD.int going to turn this one into a push. Zoe will try to apply pressure top, but he's not going to get anywhere near that 2-2 in time, and he's still got the Aegis. I feel like IG could perhaps be looking for the fight, and the Treant Protector not too far away, no fortification available. Zoe now joining the fray, and Ferrari with a double damage, well, just wearing off, along with this dragon form, makes his way across. So we've now got the entire IG lineup ready and raring to go on bot. They managed to save the tier 2. It'll be topped off by living armor over the course of the next couple of minutes, assuming that IG can hold on. But LGD.int already making some nice moves. G's going to make his way top, and they continue to push out this gold and experience lead for anyone interested. That's about a 5k, a little bit more experience lead, and about a 5k gold lead as well. In terms of overall item progression, we've got that Orchid finished up for God. Pycat obviously has his ultimate orb, just a little bit tankier there. Chon not too far away from his mech. There's still about 800 gold to go, and it looks like BKBs are the name of the game for YYF and Ferrari. Ferrari just the Mithrilhammer away. Looks like YYF a little bit further. That could still be an Aghanim Scepter, but looks like it might just be a BKB. Just going off my gut. Again, I don't really have that much more to back that one up. We've got IG making their way up. They are smoked, but looks like LGD.int, Spidey senses tingling. They're just going to back straight out. G's still just hiding in the trees and will not be spotted. So IG playing some very reactive Dota right now. They're just being dragged lane to lane by LGD.int, who again are still just kind of out farming them in general. IG really haven't broken up this formation too much, and I mean even the familiar is getting a little bit of independent farm on bot. IG, are they going to pressure this one? They do still have that Aegis, but not for too much longer in fact, so hopefully they'll be able to get some use out of this. I mean, it was a nice safety blanket to be able to get some farm, but not really, well, playing any objectives off of it isn't the best situation in the world. Nice Fisher, Zoe's gonna have to go the long way around there. And IG, is that even gonna be enough to get this Aegis to despawn? Looks like it will be. So IG, they come in. I guess they were all ready to go, and then Aegis fades and not ready to risk the team fight at all. So right now, IG just going to back off, get a little bit more farm. LGD, the game plan has not changed. 4 heroes are going to keep IG occupied while Pycat continues to just grow and grow and grow. And I think that is the Manta style finished. So LGD.int, I feel like the game plan is going exactly according to schedule, but a hookshot's going to fly in from YYF. They jumped on top of Brax, but the silence goes out along with the Sonic Wave. The rest of IG try to come in from the side. Bit of beautiful Fisher from Misery going to keep them away, and looks like that's going to be it for this engagement on top. They get YYF back to safety with the living armor, and the Spirit's going to top him off quickly. But IG, hookshot now on cooldown. I guess the Sonic Wave used as well. Fairly even trade. Nice shackle shot, but not really too much to capitalize on that, and the living armor going to keep Zoe very healthy. And where is Pycat meanwhile? He's actually here at the 4 lines of the fight, getting stunned up. Where are my eyes? Shackle shot flies out. Zoe held back. Pycat still running down on half. Gonna pop the Manta style, but gets immediately hit by the Treant ultimate. A nice Fisher again, but will Pycat drop? Gets stunned up one more time. Down he goes. BKB pops. Cogs is actually a tomb for the Clockwork. He's going to go down. Nice Force Staff away on 1437. Can they disengage? It's 1 for 1. They're losing the anti-mage less than ideal. Looks like God is already safe. Ferrari still giving chase, but looks like that will be it for this top lane. So Pycat not able to blink away from the overgrowth since it is a root. So, and then just getting chain stunned to death. So a little bit unfortunate for him. I think he popped the Manta style aggressively before the overgrowth went off. He would have been able to dispel it otherwise. My memory is actually a little bit shaky, even though that only happened 30 seconds ago, so I would have to check out the replay, but I suspect that was the case. Fortification's going to pop. LGD.int trying to defend. Brax actually jumping out aggressively. Shackle not going to connect on anything. Nice moves from IG. Fisher going to clip on 2. Tron dropping fairly low, but the living armor is still a pain. Going to keep Zoe healthy. And LGD.int, how far out are they going to chase this? Looks like they will be able to get IG away from their structures. YYF still farming on mid, and looks like Heaven's Halberd is actually the order, so it's neither an Aghanim Scepter nor a BKB. Apologies for that one, guys. Yeah, just a Sanj right now. And looks like the game plan is to try and deal with the anti-mage. The nice thing is that even if the Heaven's Halberd is Manta styled off, if they can use the Overgrowth immediately afterwards, then they've got the Manta style on cooldown and they've got the anti-mage locked down. So even if it doesn't necessarily disarm him that much, just being able to set him up for the follow-up stuns and things that he would be able to Manta style out of otherwise means that it's probably going to be a Heaven's Halberd well spent. But it's a pretty big investment just to try and deal with the anti-mage, though it does obviously afford him some survivability. Pycat's going to pick himself up a tower for free on the middle lane, and straight back to farming. Did fall behind a little bit in terms of net worth, well, at least in terms of the pacing of the net worth. After making that attempt on top, they really didn't get anything out of it, so perhaps just a little bit of wasted time. And it seems like Pycat is really eager to just try and be active in these fights, and not really willing to just let his team keep the rest of IG occupied while he split pushes and continues to grow, which frankly I'm not sure if I agree with. I feel like he should just do the anti-mage thing, which is, you know, anti-mage it up and just keep split pushing, force IG's attention to other lanes. If he forces 1 or 2 heroes to bot, then LGD.int can go for the killer push on top. There isn't a tier 1 for him to get to quickly, but just by virtue of being the ones initiating the split push, yeah, so they get the TP, Zoe is away, that means IG can't necessarily defend on top, LGD.int are going to make the move. There is no fortification, the tower reasonably healthy, but it's going to drop. So yeah, the split push play does exactly what it should do, and LGD.int are going to be able to pick themselves up this tower. As far as golden experience, we haven't actually moved too much recently. We've moved up to about a 7.5k gold lead, heading towards 7.5k experience as well. Roshan has respawned, so IG going to move into the pit. Warding perhaps a little bit lackluster from both sides right now. Switching it over to the Radiant Vision, you can see that they don't really have any tabs on this, but they should have an idea of the time. And the Dire Vision, it's just a little bit to see who is moving in onto this tier 2. So 4-stab is going to be the pickup for our Windrunner, and we've got that mech finally finished up for Chon. LGD.int just milling around a little bit in the Dire jungle right now. And Aegis one more time going to go to Zoe, already working his way towards a butterfly. And Eagle Song already secured. No fortification available. LGD.int, they're going to continue to push, and can IG get back in time? The Aegis for the tier 2 is far from an awful trade. Pycat making the move over to the Dire jungle now. Another 3.3k, so again, completely outstripping the Gyrocopter in terms of farm. Aside from ancient stacking or anything like that, there's no real way for the Gyro to keep the pace here. So AM gonna AM at the end of the day. And anyone interested, I'll bring up the overall item progression panel. We've got the Blink Dagger finished up on Misery. I didn't actually catch that one. We've got the 2 4-staffs, one on 157 and one on Brax. YYF, where is that Halberd? Still a little ways away. We've got the BKB finished up for Ferraris. That's still a 10-second charge waiting to be used, though still a ways away from that level 16, the rank 3 Dragon form. So Pycat's going to apply some pressure on bot, but Zoe is here to try and deal with him as best he can, but he's going to go out aggressively and pop the Manta Style, trying to drive the Gyrocopter back, and says, "You can't deal with me one-on-one. You better bring some buddies and let my team get the tower on top for free." Or if it's only going to be the Gyrocopter down here, then Pycat can continue to pressure the tower by himself and get a little bit of damage down. And looks like LGD.int actually going to back off on top. I guess all ever wary of the potential for the Clockwork initiation to be there. The nice thing is, though, so long as there's this situation on the bottom lane, if Zoe tries to TP away, then I mean, Pycat, while he would prefer not to, could even just blow the Mana Void to cancel the TP and make sure that the fight on top stays 4v4 if he can't necessarily get there. And already 4.2k gold in the bank for him. So that next item coming up shortly, and I would suspect that it's going to be the heart, though obviously Could still be whatever. God has his BKB finished. We've got another 10-second BKB on the board. And right now, still just sort of waiting for either team to make a move. IG, again, they are sitting on this Aegis advantage. They've got the butterfly finished up on Zoe, so they might be able to pressure something down. Though they are still dealing with the split-pushing anti-mage, which is being a bit of a pain for the moment. Now, YYF almost has that halberd finished. But IG doing a fantastic job of holding on to everything on the map right now, not giving up any space to LGD.int. But the problem becomes, when can they actually push? When can they actually start to move out from their side of the map? Because that's really where LGD.int do have them pinned right now. And looks like the response is going to be, we're going to smoke up and we're going to go and try and find a pickoff here. So we'll see what they end up finding. God just hiding in the side shop right now. IG making their way into the Radiant jungle. But Pycat isn't home. He's actually up in the Dire jungle, happily farming. So looks like IG maybe not going to find anyone. They get the wards back down. Again, they do need to try and kill off this anti-mage, and a kill on him does definitely enable a push or force a buyback. So Tron's going to reveal himself on mid. LGD.int now with, well, probably a full idea of what's going on. TPs making their way back. They still have the Aegis up for about another 2.5 minutes. So should be able to get something out of this. We're going to pop the Dragon Form and just to be able to bring this one down. Fortification available, Shackle onto the creeps. And LGD.int just trying to buy some time, but looks like IG, they're not going to relent. Pycat's going to try and make it a trade on top along with the Familiars, and looks like he will be able to get it. A tower for a tower. And will he continue to go? Will IG just go up onto the high ground? The power shot, the shackle shot, the Fissure. It's buying space. It's buying time for Pycat to head up. Will IG have to break formation? It looks like they are dedicated to this one, but they're still just hitting down from the low ground. YYF is going to walk his way up. The first one to crest the hill for IG right now. But Pycat, he's trying to trade as well. Who's got fortification? Is anyone? Ferrari is stuck on the wrong side of that Fissure. Cannot escape without walking the long way around. And now G going to run straight in, pop his BKB. Ferrari going to pop the BKB and TP out. But Pycat is already onto the racks. TP support coming back from IG, but it's a little bit too slow. They're going to pop the Overgrowth. The Manta Style already used. Can they bring down the anti-mage? He's just man-fighting now. Blinking straight out. Can they stop him? Looks like the answer is no. And LGD.int getting some free damage on the melee barracks there. YYF ducking off to the side. Will he be able to escape? No, it's one more Fissure block from Misery. He's going to try for the hook shot, but not able to find his teammate. Tron actually walking across to try and help him out there. And G, suspecting that something was up, that somebody was trying to bail out the clockwork, blinks over but won't be able to find him. But LGD.int get half of a melee barracks for free. And they get that pick-off, so will they be able to turn this into a push? There's a buyback available on Clockwork. There's almost a buyback available on everyone, but now LGD.int, they are all up here, and they are all ready to go. And IG, will they be able to defend? We still got the Dragon Form on cooldown for a little bit. Looks like it will be ready. Zoe just going to throw down the call down to buy some space. So looks like YYF will be able to respawn of his own accord here. Mid lane is pressuring in quite heavily, so LGD.int will have to deal with that reasonably soon. And will they go up on the high ground this wave? Looks like they will. Pycat's jumping straight in, straight on top of the racks. Living Armor trying to buy some space, but there is no fortification. In comes the hook shot, but a nice shackle latches on two. Pycat stand up, but still very survivable, and in jumps Misery. Gets the dunk, but it doesn't actually bring anyone down. Zoe still alive, now just BKB still fighting, and Pycat slid away. He's going to escape, but it's going to be at the cost of 1437's life. And LGD.int with a big push, a big commitment, but not really getting anything out of it. And G just going to be forced to blink himself into the trees and escape. Looks like no Sonic Wave available for that fight either. So LGD.int turned away by IG. They're going to be able to heal up their barracks. And then maybe, well, probably just wait around for the next Roshan. Try and secure that one for themselves, and from there try and get another push going out of the base. But the vulnerable racks on top is always going to be a problem. Frankly, I would love to see some reasonably early boots of travel up on Zoe, just so that he can stay top and defend so long as the anti-mage is applying pressure, and then get to his team whenever the need arises. We could see it on Ferrari 430 as well, but he's not necessarily all that farmed. Has just picked up a Shadow Blade for himself. And Chon, he wants some familiars. He's hungry, but no, he's not going to be able to find that one. So, LGD.int, just take a breather. Everybody's respawned. Pycat looks like he's going to finish off that heart at last. Still another 2.8k gold in the bank. Switching it over from buyback status, we can have a quick look at the net worth. So the anti-mage does continue to climb out ahead of the gyrocopter. Gold and reflecting that as well. We've got about a 10k experience lead, a little bit less, and moving up towards about a 9k gold lead as well. So we've got the Heaven's Halberd finally finished on YYF. So just picking up some lifesteal, Demon Edge up for him as well. And we have a smoke go out. I'm not sure if that power shot would have just spotted the end of that animation or anything like that. Obviously I can't see any spam pings or anything of that sort because I'm just off the ticket, guys. I'm not actually in an official broadcaster slot. So he's a target on bot, but I feel like he's actually being baited right now. The rest of IG just waiting in the wings. Brax, the last straggler to make it around for LGD.int, but looks like IG, they're making the first move. They're walking around, and Pycat is just sitting here. Is he going to get stunned up? An immediate transformation is going to get force-staffed away. LGD.int doing whatever they can to get him back to safety, but Pycat jumps in extremely aggressively. But Faith, can he get the ultimate off? Not quite, and down goes the DK. The Fisher slamming through as well, separating the team fight into two parts, but G continues to chase. Tron going to try and escape. It gets the TP cancelled by the shackle shot, and now Misery still chasing, going to throw the dunk, blinking out. That's 3 gone. Triple kill for G. That Fisher not going to connect, but Pycat still giving chase, and Zoe looks like he will be able to escape. But IG, they take the initiative, but beautiful counter initiation from LGD is going to pick them up 3 kills and a tier 2. There are no buybacks available for the Dire, so what you see is what you get. IG just going to try and hold this one out. Fortification is, however, available, and the call down only 3 seconds away. It looks like they should be able to take another full 5 on 5. But it's Pycat just heading straight up to the top barracks, forcing out that fortification early. IG still trying to respawn. Can they make it in time? A nice Manta-style dodge from Pycat gets him out of that stun from the gyrocopter. The hookshot comes in from YYF. He just wants to buy some space, but the melee barracks is already gone. He's going to get the Heaven's Halberd out on Pycat. Looks like he might be able to walk back to safety. Perhaps not quite. He's going to get ticked out by the Sting, I would think. Visage slowed down. G gets that tick out on YYF. Faith slowed down, trying to chase through the Grave Chill. But looks like IG, all it's going to be is that death and the loss of the racks, and that will be it. And there is a reasonable push heading in towards top from IG. But LGD, they just get the creeps in mid and immediately take the opportunity to just go in racks top. So now securing themselves a pretty significant advantage on top of what they've already got in terms of experience and gold. 12k gold and about 15k EXP as well. Roshan is just about to respawn, and IG already in the pit waiting for that one, trying to secure it up. We've got the old double observer ward tactics from LGD.int here. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I guess it takes John twice as long to be able to get rid of both of them. So he actually looks at that and says, I don't have time. I don't have time to kill both of these, so I'm just going to have to walk away. So Jeep gets the D-ward off. Where is the anti-invis for... Am I going crazy here? No, there's a gem. There's a gem on 147, so I'm not crazy. I was wondering how they were de-warding that sentry, but we've got the gem picked up on the Visage. Anti-Mage already has his butterfly as well, so 2.7k up, so if he wants the MKB, he will have that shortly, but it's going to be at the cost of buyback. Roshan is respawned, but LGD.int doesn't seem too interested just yet, wanting to try and force out this team fight. Trees is working his way towards a force staff right now. And IG, I really feel like if they're going to take a team fight, it needs to be with every advantage that they can get. Try and force LGD.int into this choke point. Give IG the home ground advantage, the high ground advantage. But Pycat, he's not having any of it. He's going to go up top and try and prevent IG from contesting Roshan in the slightest. I don't feel like the rest of the LGD.int squad can necessarily do it by themselves, but just IG by virtue of having to clear out this wave. Looks like that might be Roshan for free for LGD.int, and that's starting to smell a little bit like the nail in the coffin for this game if they do manage to pick this one up. So LGD go back, they de-ward, but they're just going to go into farming positions actually. And IG, they get vision on the Roshan pit. I'm surprised that LGD.int didn't make the attempt there, I guess, just not wanting to risk anything right now. There is obviously great AoE teamfight on IG's side, so perhaps, yeah, again, there's no reason to be in an advantageous position and risk it, but IG, they're a little bit behind. They can go for the risky plays. They're going to move their way towards the Roshan pit. They know that there is full vision right now for the LGD inside. They're going to throw down some more wards, but those will be dealt with swiftly. Pycat blinking down very aggressively. IG just waiting up on the high ground. Do they even have a single Force Staff to be able to get the Treant Protector into this fight? The answer is no, so until he builds his own Force, then initiation is actually a bit of a problem for IG right now. Still just milling around, but LGD.int, they don't necessarily need Roshan to win the next fight, so they can just keep barreling down mid. So dealing with the creep wave on bot, he's finished up that MKB, so it doesn't... I don't even know if they can necessarily kill the anti-mage here. He's starting to get a little bit out of hand. They've definitely got the damage to be able to perhaps be able to kill off the rest of his team, but oh my lord, G already has a Hex. Sorry guys, I'm not paying as much attention to items as I should, but that Hex might just be a kill here. He's got a double damage as well. They're going to jump straight on top of Zoe. They burst him down, the Echo Slam as well. 2 already dead. IG, do you have buybacks? YYF jumps in as well. Buyback from Chon, but YYF going to hit the deck, and looks like that might be it. There's no buyback available for Zoe. And yeah, tier 3 falling in a matter of seconds. GG's going to be called by Faith, and that's going to be LGD taking game 1 in this best of 3 set for the Dota 2 Super League. And Ferrari just drops like a rock, frankly, and LGD.int gonna clean this one up. So nicely played by them. IG, I wasn't 100% sold on the Treant Enchantress strats. I feel like they didn't get that much value out of the Enchantress. The tree was cute, it bought them a lot of space, but the non-stop pressure from LGD.int and just having a lineup that could keep IG occupied 4v5 meant that the anti-mage could do what the anti-mage does best and really get out of hand. So that's going to be it for this game, guys. I've been Basekip again. I saw that there wasn't any English coverage for this game. I wrote a very quick tweet asking if I would be okay to stream this in English, and that's all the context I have for you guys right now. So hopefully you enjoyed the cast. You can leave me some feedback in chat or an email at basekipdota@gmail.com. Will always find me, and that would be fantastic as well. If you want to support me, then my Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube are all under the name of Basekip. Again, guys, this is exam period for me. It's not necessarily my best casting, but I hope I kept the camera pointed at the action. I hope you guys enjoyed it all the same. I'll probably stick around for the next couple of games, so it's a pleasure to have you guys on. And yeah, I'll see you for the next game coming up soon. I'll put some music on, and we'll hang out in the meantime.